Hello, my name is Andy Thrasher, and this is my concept for a product. Product name is Sod Rod, and it's intended to be used as a lead testing kit. The name Sod Rod comes from this, sodium rhodozinate. It's the main ingredient of the product, but it gets its name from this right here, sodium, and this right here, rhodozinate, or rhodozinate, doesn't matter how you pronounce it. The way this works is sodium rhodozinate on its own is orange, but lead comes near it, and lead reacts in a very special way to replace the sodium with itself. This happens in a multi-step process, but this is a very simplified version of it. So lead, shown here, replaces sodium, go over here, and now it's lead rhodozinate. And the reason why this can be used as a lead testing kit is because before it reacts with lead it is orange, and afterwards it is purple. So you rub some of this on something that you know is lead, and it will turn purple. But I hear some of you ask, does this really work? All I'm showing you is a piece of paper. I'm not showing you any actual product. Well, right here we have the product. This is sodium rhodozinate. I made this about a couple months ago to try it out as a lead testing kit. And over here we have some of the actual solution. So this is dissolved in some acetic acid, also known as vinegar. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of it, put it on a piece of paper, our lead testing paper. Make sure it's on. Alright, only need a small amount. I'm wearing gloves just to be safe, although you could probably use it without gloves. But right here is some lead soldering. Soldering, as many people know, used to come with lead. This is just some that was left over. We don't use this for soldering anymore because lead is a neurotoxin. That's why I'm wearing gloves. And also because it's not nearly as good as soldering. But we're just going to put some of it on our testing kit here and wrap it up. Put it over here, and in the meantime, while it's sitting there reacting, I can continue talking about my product here. So a couple of the limitations with this is that right here you see it can only be used in an H+ environment. It needs that for the reaction to take place. H+ environment is just a fancy word for acidic, so it can only be used in an acidic environment, which is why we're using vinegar. Limitation number 2 is that in an H+ environment, which you have to put it in for it to work, it also decays. So after about an hour or two, this will stop being orange because all of the sodium rhodozinate in it will have decayed, and it will become clear again. This is some that I was using earlier, and as you can see, it is clear. Another thing is that this, in theory, can also be used to test for other toxic metals like cadmium, but I know that it works on lead. Lead is also probably the most important one that you want to test for because it's the most common. Lead used to be used in a lot of different toys because it's very cheap. So also really old piping, but mostly toys, soldering, things like that. Those are the kind of things that contain lead. But let's open this up, get the lead out, and as you can see, that's a definite positive for lead. You can see the purple streaks there where the lead was sitting. So it's reacted and like it says in the reaction, it goes from orange to purple after the lead has replaced the sodium in the environment. So we know it works. However, this is intended to be used as a very basic test. Of course, if somebody really did need to know, then after testing with this, you would probably want a more serious but also more expensive testing kit, whereas this does not cost very much at all. So yep, this was my product. I'm Andy Thrasher. Thank you for watching.